So we've got a club here from before I started playing golf, 1980s, Ping I2 1 iron. Even God can't hit one of these according to Lee Trevino, so we're going to give it a go. Slightly intimidating. But this was the height of tech when it came out. It was perimeter weighted, it was forgiving, this was easy compared to the blades that the players at the time were using. Going to compare it to latest 1 iron here. So we've got 2 1 irons, Titleist U505 and the latest version. How do they perform and how much easier is the game now than it was back then? So when we're talking about tech, when this club came out, you know, the other clubs that the players were playing were these. So that's even smaller than this. It's even harder to hit than this. I'm not even bothering with this one today. Let's keep that one in the records. But what is it that made this different? Well, it's the amount of perimeter weighting you can see here. There's weight low around the toe and it's moved away from the center. This is still a one-piece head. It's not like the current heads where they're multi-piece construction. It's just a single piece of metal, but the weight has been moved to the perimeter of the head, making it, in principle, more forgiving, which at the time, this was revolutionary. But you compare it, just compare the scale of the head to this one. And you know, what you can see, the sole width there, the Titleist head has so much more weight removed from the face, moved back. So what does that do? It's like putting a foot back in a stance. It reduces it gives more stability off center. So there's tungsten heel and toe. Everything's designed to stop the head twisting off center, keep the ball straighter, keep it going further. We've got a thinner face, we've got tungsten heel and toe, we've got supported face in the back. There's layer upon layer upon layer of tech, different materials that they've used in order to get the maximum out of this club. Whereas in this one, it's just one lump of metal. So let's give them a hit, see how much harder it is. So, haven't hit one of these for a while, and that looks an incredibly small club head. There's a lot of offset on this head as well. That's something that's really noticeable. I play clubs that don't have much, and seeing that amount of offset on the head here, it really sits back from the ball. And that was one of the things that helped square the face up, and in theory gave a little bit more launch. But there's not an awful lot of club head to hit on the bottom there, so let's see what it feels like. Oh God, I've mishit that, and my fingers even in here a little bit stingy. There's absolutely no filtering out that mishit. That was an absolutely awful strike. Actually, probably wasn't that bad compared to what I get away with the current one, but my goodness, did I notice that. So, right, focus level has to go up a little bit here. Didn't feel too bad, but still, you just notice, even with the perimeter weighting, you still notice that misstrike. So the power that players play with now, you can put a lot of effort in and get away with it, so you can put more power in. Whereas with this, I've got to make darn sure I get this out the middle of the face. So let's be a bit more accurate with the swing. Yeah, better. Still not great, but it's better. It's straight for a start. Let's see if I can get one. If I can get a really good hit out of this, because none of these have felt pure. So let's see if I can get this right out the screws. That was a good hit. And I know it was a good hit because I didn't feel the head twisting all over the place. I didn't get a sting into this finger, which you definitely get with this. The vibration kicks right up the shaft. So it's missed a little bit of club head data there, but we've got the ball data. And hit pretty well. Just about got that to 200 carry. If I switch over to the Titleist 1 iron now, we've got these clubs. The shaft that was in that Ping isn't available anymore. So we've gotten to the closest thing for dead weight. We've got 3 gram difference in total weight here. But the first thing you notice is just a huge club head on the bottom. It's almost like internally you go, oh, I've got plenty to get away with here. A bit like in tennis when the Wilson hammer racket came out. It was massive compared to anything else, and you felt that you couldn't miss it. And this just looks so much friendlier. I didn't have to even think about finding the middle of the face there. That's just, it's come out noticeably faster. Carry distance, it's a low ball flight because there's low loft. We've got 16 degrees of launch on both of these. But at ball speed and the stability, the feel across the face, it just feels like the head stays with the contact so much better. And I think there are often question marks over what golfers were better in what era. They were a damn sight better in the 80s to hit those things well, I can tell you. This is probably one of the easiest comparisons I've ever done in my entire life of which one performs better. And you can see here, ball speed, club speeds are half a mile an hour difference, but at the U505 I've got 11 miles an hour more ball speed on average. So a vast change in the smash factor, a degree more launch, very similar spin. But because that ball speed is so much easier to get the top levels with, trying to swing it in the current way, rather than reining it back just to find a strike, average distance is 29 yards longer. Just the ball speed consistency, you've got so much more club face on this to get away with due to that multi-material structure, moving the weight to the perimeter of the head, lightening the center section, going to a faster face, adding those various elements, different materials in to stabilize the head. Just a huge, huge difference. And this is showing up even more if I open this out and you look at the dispersion patterns. The two with the Titleist are up here, both just around the 240 mark. Just about got to 220 out of the ping one iron. So, and then the miss is way back here, it's 30, 40 yards shorter again. So the miss is punished so much more. Absolutely get crucified for a missed strike. And I think you look at the quality of ball striking you had to do with those club heads go to the blade again. That was even less forgiving. Whereas the current heads, you can get away with so much more. So you can put more power in, and yes, courses are inevitably longer, but you get away with so much less and that's one of the reasons why the standout players back then were the standout players, because they were just that much better than anyone else because you couldn't get away with a miss. So golf now, probably more fun, but golf back then, wow, you had to be good.